Developers just launched a monster video teasing a new 7K gem event, the 15% health Zenith of Power city theme, and a brand new legendary infantry commander coming from a 7-day event, so everybody gets him. Oh, and by the way, he does a special kind of skill damage called Smite damage. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. Let's get started. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming and today's video is sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms. And just a couple minutes ago, the developers dropped a new video talking about everything coming in the anniversary, the 5-year anniversary patch. So I'm going to show you the things that they talked about, and man, it is really cool looking. Of course, use the links in the description to jump to any one part of the video that you're most interested in. And thank you for smashing the subscribe button so that you can get more updates about what's coming into the game as soon as it lands. This is the layout for the anniversary events. We've got a Desert Tracks event, which I recall being a spenders event that was super high rewarding. Sign-in spoils, which are going to be better than ever, bringing on the 7th day a new legendary commander, infantry commander by the way. Silk Road event, Rock Yearbook, which we've done every year. There's a special anniversary shop, which I'm going to show you. And also the Circus of Wonders, which is a bit like a raffle event, and some people win pretty darn big. If I remember correctly, it was only like $5 or $10 to enter into the raffle, and people had a lot of fun participating in that. So those are your anniversary events, some of them anyways, that are showing up. There are other events, and you can see that listed in the bottom left, but let's jump ahead to the Zenith of Power city theme. They're finally here, everybody. 15% health city themes. The power creep, it's finally here for the city themes. You thought attack was good at 15%? Okay, sure. You thought defense was good? Yeah, I mean, defense is good. But y'all, let me tell you, health? If you're a rally leader or a garrison captain, this is it. Welcome to your new overlords of city themes. This is it. This is what you want to get. Losing archer attack and infantry defense is also totally fine. This is an amazing city theme if you rally or garrison with pure cavalry rallies and garrisons. Really strong. Now, there is also a non-legendary, an epic city theme, and we'll get to that in just a minute, but this is a big hit here with the 15% health city theme. Big, big play for rally leads and garrison captains. Here is the 7K gem event, which, you know, look, this is the best way to spend your gems in the game, hands down. You participate in this event, you probably want to spend some action points, you might want to spend the extra $10 over here. That's typically what I do. I'll go in, it takes, I think, 10 or 15 bucks to unlock the highest tier of rewards over here. 7K gems get you the second tier of rewards. But for the 10 or 15 bucks, you get a ton of loot, and also then you don't have to spend any action points to get all 25 levels of the prize tiers in the 7K gem event. So good. And also, I typically don't even have to spend any money on any of the other bundles associated with getting the currency you need for this event. So that's typically what I do. Here is the city theme that you get from the 7K gem event. It is archer attack at the cost of cavalry health. I mean, if you are an archer main, then like, yeah, I think this is okay. You'd rather have, in my opinion, health. So this is a pretty low priority city theme, but you're basically going to get it for nearly free. I mean, everybody should have the 7K gems pretty much at all times for when, you know, one of these gem events shows up. So here we are. And gosh, if this arrives soon enough, you might be able to time this with Alliance mobilization. I don't know if we're going to get this in time. It might be on the last day or two of the Alliance mobilization event. You could get a quest for spending gems and then spend your 7,000 gems here and be doing an Alliance mobilization quest. Just saying. Be on the lookout for that. No guarantees that the overlap is going to happen. I assume it probably won't. So, what else? There's a crossover with the Shangzi History Museum. And this is the first of many crossovers that they're going to do. You can get this particular decoration. They take you to the website, it looks like, for the, you know, History Museum, to a sort of related page to this particular, I think, artifact and its significance. However, there are a series of rewards that you can go and get. And there are 2 different types of currencies that it looks like we're going to be earning. I do wonder if some of that currency we earn interacting with the website. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reaching a little bit. But there's, again, 2 shops. One gets you the Tiger Tally decoration along with, hey, look, legendary sculptures, transmutation stones. The other is getting you legendary formation choice chests, which is really good. Also, legendary commander sculptures, transmutation stone, and more. Now, if I look into that particular currency and I scroll all the way back over, wait a minute, that currency on the left, we see right over here. So some of this currency you're going to be getting from that 7K gem event. So the 7K gem event not only is historically just been amazing, but it looks like also is rewarding you the currency that you use over here. That does seem to be correct. So seems like the 7K gem event is probably better than ever. But we're not done yet, folks, because this is a new legendary hero available for free in the 7-day login event series. Now, where this commander will end up after the 7-day event series is definitely a head scratcher for me. He seems way too strong to be a gold key commander. Maybe he'll be the Wheel of Fortune commander for the sort of next cycle of commanders, and we just got him early, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I wonder if he's kind of just going to be like Margaret, like he shows up here and then he shows up in the Sovereign keys. I feel like that's my best bet for how that's going to go. I think he's here, and I bet you he goes right into Sovereign keys because his power level's way too high, in my opinion, to jump into a gold key. I think gold key commanders, you'll see, that expand from new civilizations being released. He strikes me like a Sovereign key commander. Now, what does he do? Infantry, versatility, and attack. Those particular combination of talents, I don't know. Attack tree doesn't excite me all that much. It's okay for open field. It's okay. I would say he's probably going to be a secondary commander, if I had to guess, just based off of his talents. But the versatility, man, that tells you it's going to be an open fielder, and he is really good. Really good. What does he do? Well, he deals smite damage to up to 5 target troops in an arc. Damage factor 2,250. Now, every additional target reduces the damage dealt to each target by 15%, and troops hit by this skill have their march speed reduced by 40% for 3 seconds. Wow. So I've got 2 things to say about this. First of all, this certainly reduces the relevance of Huo, who we just got into the game, the new Cav commander who reduces march speed, because the developers are like, oh, okay, well, instead of reducing one guy by 50%, how about you just reduce 5 players from the enemy team by 40%? That seems pretty good. So Huo still does fire first because he has a rage cost reduction, and you're going to want to pair him in a rage generating combo. So, you can get the Huo slow and then hit him with the AoE and slow them potentially again if the first slow has worn off, especially if you use this commander as the secondary. But the thing you're obviously wondering about is, okay, Chisgule, enough about the march speed, even though that is really good. This is really good. What is smite damage? Well, let me show you exactly what smite damage is. Smite damage is affected by bonuses to normal attack damage instead of bonuses to skill damage. So what you have here, okay, is skill damage being dealt, but it's affected by bonuses to normal attack damage. So arch formation suddenly is just like super relevant in the open field in a way that it was not before. That's crazy. Smite damage is affected by bonuses to normal attack damage instead of bonuses to skill damage. This also means that this is not a great hero or commander to pair with other commanders that are boosting skill damage. Okay, so you really want to pair with a normal attacker, and we'll look in just a bit at what some of those best pairs could be. Let's review the rest of his kit. Second skill, infantry led by this commander gain 20% defense if this commander's troop contains only infantry. In other words, don't pair with Trajan. You get 20% march speed and take 20% less skill damage. Crazy. And we're not done. Infantry units led by this commander get 20% attack, and when you're fighting other troops, by the way. So this is not a skill, that first part, that works when you're hitting a garrison, I think, because you need to be fighting, I think, troops rather than, fighting a garrison. It does work if you're hitting a rally. And it says whenever their troop launches a normal attack, it has a 25% chance to deal additional smite damage to the target. And that's a damage factor of 300. Okay, 300 instant proc damage factor is not much, although 25% chance to trigger is really good. That is a lot of instant proc damage if you're in the fight for kind of a long time here, because it's got an internal cooldown of 5 seconds. So it's not as bursty as instant proc damage that has a 10% chance to trigger, but it's far more consistent, and it gets boosted by your normal attack damage. But you'll see why this is powerful in just a minute. Let me show you why this is even better, okay? From here, the Expansionist. This commander's troop deals 10% more normal attack damage while on the map. Okay, good. And whenever their troop deals smite damage, it reduces the damage dealt of the target troop by 10%. Woo-hoo-hoo! 10% damage dealt debuff is big. That's big. I guess we are swarming garrisons with this guy. That's pretty good. Lasts for 3 seconds, cooldown of 5 seconds. The important thing here is the normal attack synergy. Remember, normal attack on this commander is now boosting all of his smite damage, so his active skill and his instant proc, and it's also boosting, his normal attack damage. That's the damage he deals to things he's directly targeting, and the damage he deals to things that target him. So that seems really good. But check this out. Whenever this commander's troop launches a normal attack while on the map, it has a 25% chance to launch an extra normal attack. Hello? 1 in 4 chance of firing off an extra normal. This guy is cracked, man. So ideally, you want to pair with another commander who has instant proc damage, because instant proc damage triggers off of normal attacks. Extra normal attacks means extra instant proc damage triggers. So if you can find a commander who does normal attack damage boosts, doesn't care about skill damage boosts, I mean, this dude seems nuts. And it is surprising to me that developers have gone in this direction of making Arch Formation the jam for infantry now. But I think that we may see more commanders that do smite damage. Just guessing. I'm just guessing. We're going to see this smite damage maybe show up on every commander type eventually. I feel like if I'm sitting in the developer's shoes, I kind of want every formation to be relevant. Like, you want players to collect armaments from every formation and to care about that. So it would stand to reason that they might want to encourage each different formation to be super relevant for each troop type eventually. Just a thought here. So if we go and look at who do you pair with this commander? Because remember, everybody's getting him. Now, the question is, how do we get more of him? That we don't have the answer to, and I'm going to see if I can try to get that answer, because it really is important for figuring out, hey, do I invest sculptures or not? It would be great to know. I don't know if we can get that information, but I'll try. If he's going to the Sovereign Keys like I expect, I think most people are not going to get a lot of them, okay? And that means you're going to have to use a lot of universals on this guy, which it just kind of is what it is, but I would put him easily in the top 4 infantry, if not the top 3 infantry, right? So who are your top infantry commanders? Let me jump in game. Guan Yu. Let me tell you, he's still going to be good, but Guan Yu paired with the new commander could be really good. Remember, the new commander reduces the damage that you're taking, skill damage that you're taking. He's got a few defensive stats and some march speed. So Guan Yu with the new infantry commander could be a pretty decent pairing. I do think that from a talent standpoint, it's a little awkward because Guan Yu is boosting skill damage from his talents here. But remember, the new commander is not going to benefit from that, which is a little bit weird. So Guan will benefit, but the new commander won't. Bit of an L. So I don't know. You could, I suppose, go for more of a full infantry talent build, although that feels a little bit suboptimal. To be determined kind of how that might work. Of course, a great pairing is going to be Skippy Prime. Okay. Skippy, this might actually be the best pairing. You pair with Skippy, you get the infantry and support tree. That's really good. Okay. You get the health reduction, attack, march speed. Oh, that's really good. Over here, health. Oh, damage over time. There it is. Yeah, this has got to be the pairing. This has to be the pairing. This is it right here. 10% chance of dealing continuous damage every 3 seconds. Or rather, continuous damage for 3 seconds. Triggers once every 8. But if it triggers off normal attacks, right, then an extra normal attack could give an extra chance to trigger. I mean, we actually need to see how extra normal attacks work in this game. We've never, like, done that before, right? We've never had anything like that, to my knowledge. Now, when your troops are on the map, you have a chance of reducing all damage and, yeah, shielding. Yeah, I think everything here is compliant with the old Skippy. That seems really good. So I think the answer is going to be Skippy plus the new commander as the secondary. And then you use Guan with Sargon, and that's your 2 best infantry pairs moving forward. There it is. Easy. And then Trajan just sort of cries off to the side and becomes, I don't know, not irrelevant, but then who do you pair with Trajan if this is how you're deploying your Skippy? I might have to put some thought into that, but I recognize that most people don't have a Trajan and aren't thinking about that at all. And before we jump back to what else is in this update, we can look at Sargon, but if I remember correctly, Sargon, I mean, I guess getting extra attacks means extra stacks of odd, but doesn't he do a skill damage boost? Or is he just boosting all your damage? Does he not boost skill damage? I could have swore that he was doing a boost to skill damage, but like, hey, Sargon with the new commander seems pretty good too, doesn't it? Health, stacks of odd on the troops. I mean, yeah. It actually, if you get extra attacks in, how does this work? For the next 5 seconds, normal attacks. Oh God, maybe Sargon is the play. Wait. For the next 5 seconds, normal attacks have a 100% chance to deal direct damage to the target. Oh my God. So if you just get extra normal attacks, I take it all back. I think Sargon is the pick. Oh my God. Like, can you imagine getting extra normals and like, boom, you're just dealing insane skill damage? What? When dealing skill damage, when dealing skill damage, this commander's troop has a 100% chance to inflict a stack of odd on the affected target troop, which increases the skill damage they take. What I don't know is if smite damage qualifies as skill damage. Like, it might not. I don't know if you care even at this point. We'll have to test that to see if the synergy's there. But the normal attack synergy is actually so good, you probably just don't care. Normal attacks have a 10% chance to increase all damage dealt, which, like, yeah, that's really good. Oh my God. Wait, normal attacks have a 10% chance to trigger. Extra normal attacks on Sargon are mental. Oh my God. Wait. That's actually crazy. Yeah, no, actually, Sargon's really good synergy. So you could do, like, Guan Skippy, and then Sargon with New Dude, and, like, you're cruising, man. Oh my God. Yeah, no, infantry are going to be cracked. Dude, infantry are going to be great. Even Pyrrhus, I think it ends up being, like, unironically, with a double relic, pretty interesting as a pair. Let's just review this really quickly. Why is that? Okay, active skill increases your normal attack damage. So you use Pyrrhus primary, right? And then, not that infantry defense is exactly the best open field talent tree, but boosting your normal attack damage by 20% means that your smite damage is boosted by 20%, right? And then over here, you get health, march speed, normal attack damage boost. Bro, did they just, like, basically give us a Pyrrhus pairing here? They're like, oh, you don't think Pyrrhus is good enough? Hold my legendary sculptures. Here we go. So what else? Whenever the troop launches a normal attack, 10% chance to gain a shield. Pyrrhus synergy. Extra normal attacks means extra shields. Okay. Takes less skill damage and deals more damage. No, yeah, Pyrrhus synergy confirmed. Pyrrhus synergy confirmed. Wow. I mean, not that Pyrrhus is the greatest open field commander in the game, but, like, that is a compelling pair. So what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, infantry look really good with this new commander. Even, bro, okay, hold up. I mean, oh my God, extra normal attacks on Harold Sigurdsson? I don't think Harold is actually that good, but, like, oh my God, if the extra normals trigger the extra axes, like, that's kind of nutty. We'd have to look at this in full. Like, I'm not reviewing every skill on their kit. I'm just kind of marveling at, like, hold up. There's a lot of possibility space for extra normal attacks. Even, like, for example, if we get a peek real quick at Alexander the Great, Oh my gosh. Hello? Extra normal attack. Yo. Okay. Can I I'm just wondering, but we actually could calculate the odds that I both get an extra normal attack, and when I get an extra normal attack, that both of them trigger lead the charge. Can you imagine? Like, you do an extra normal and both the base normal and the extra deal 1700 damage factor? Holy cow. Woo! New commander looks really good. 4 open field. I'm not convinced yet that he's a rally. Not convinced. He's definitely not a garrison. But, yeah, I'm going to max that guy. For sure. We're maxing him. And probably pretty fast. Subscribe if you haven't already so that you can watch when I subscribe, max him. Like, probably the day he comes into the game. That's going to be nutty. Let's jump back to the updates real quick, because there is still more to talk about. Here is the active skill on the new commander, which, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I may not be able to have a pet dragon, but at least my infantry commander throws dragons. Love to see it. Also, the update has a pass list for your alliance, so 30 people can be on the automatically add back to the alliance list. I would like to see that be a larger number, personally. But more importantly is the block list. The block list, by the way, has 50. You can see right over here the instructions on the pass list. After you enter Season 1 of Lost Kingdom, you get access to the pass list. You add governors from the approval page, and if a governor on your pass list leaves the alliance, they can directly rejoin later without having to wait in an application state. You can only have 30 governors on the pass list. I mean, I'd like to see that be a little bigger. And here's the block list. The block list, super crucial. You can add governors here for 30 days. I kind of would like this to not expire. Like, I want to block list somebody for eternity. But I get that maybe what they're doing is they don't want to, like, for every alliance in the game, have to store, like, hundreds of blocked governors for the rest of time. I don't know. I don't know why there's a 30-day limit there. That thing is, that limit is a little bit of a head scratcher for me, because, like, it's not likely to change in the next 30 days how I feel about that governor. How do I feel about that rogue? On the topic of how I feel about somebody, you can mark someone as an enemy kingdom, a hostile kingdom in KVK for Season of Conquest. That's KVK Season 4 and beyond. And you won't end up in the same war camp. So if you're like, I absolutely under no circumstance want to be in the same war camp as, you know, this kingdom, all right, then you will not end up in the same war camp as them if you do end up in the same KVK. In addition, the Banish skill, bro, this is the best addition to the game since KVK. Not actually, but, like, it's so good if you're actually a king. So why is that? A rogue player right now can just shut down a zone. The strategy of the rogue player is to keep their troop count below their hospital count, so you basically can never kill them. They open up resource tokens or steal them from farms or whatever in order to infinitely fund their being a absolute menace to the kingdom that they're in, and they just run around and kill farmers constantly. A single player can shut down a zone like this. Literally shut down the zone. Shut down the zone. You cannot farm. You can take an end game zone 3 and shut it down. And it's crazy. It's so powerful. Now, a bunch of people were like, oh, this just lets an abusive king abuse their powers. No, because you need to understand what Banish does. Banish takes a player and it puts them to a zone 1. Okay? Now, if that player's still in an alliance that has zone 3 territory, then they just teleport back to zone 3. Easy. So this is not stopping civil wars. This is not making it so that a king can be abusive. There's probably even like a 3-day cooldown or something on this ability, right? What Banish is doing is it's making it so that when an R4 accidentally lets in somebody who's on the rogue list or somebody goes rogue in the middle of an event series, that they can be kicked from all the Zone 3 alliances and banished. And that's that. Because today, if you accidentally are allowed into a zone, okay, as a rogue, you can kill the whole zone, you can kill all the farms in the zone, you know, the farms of the farms and the farms of the farms of the farms, right? Like, you just decimate, absolutely decimate a zone. And, you know, look, the reality is you can do this, and it has been happening. So, really glad to see Banish. This is, unironically, one of the best additions to the game. Ask any leader of a kingdom and they will tell you it is a slam dunk, one of the best things they've gotten, other than like the block list and maybe the pass list. Like, it is such a good feature. Thank you, developers, for adding this. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is very good. Love this feature. Also, there was a Q&A. And in the Q&A, in this developer video, they revealed they have office cats. I'm not sure what's more important, the fact that they have office cats, okay, and that they were coming up with some creative names for them, or there were a couple other things that the developers also talked about, and it's actually pretty cool. They're going to have a meetup in Europe. They're going to have some huge giveaways for the anniversary event, including a 50,000 gem prize as one of the top prizes. It's a lot of gems, man. It's $200 worth of gems. I mean, yo, okay. They also talked about Maverick, okay? There's been this weird player conspiracy theory that because Maverick is a really high power player, but also really not talkative, that he's a developer, but the developers basically said, like, yeah, we tried to reach out to him and chat, but he didn't chat back. But they confirmed that they are not Maverick. And the developers also talked about really getting a serious look at matchmaking and also the equipment system moving forward, and that they're hosting events with players to collect feedback about ideas for the system. Now, that requires a bit of a translation process back and forth because, you know, most people speaking in those meetings speak primarily English and the developers speak primarily Chinese. But they basically said that they were super helpful and gave the developers a bunch of ideas, both for how to improve matchmaking, which is really important, by the way, so important. Because look, if we're not getting good matches, like, kind of what's the point of having all this, like, commanders and equipment? Like, you really want good matches to throw down with all your stuff. And also the equipment system, I'm very much looking forward to kind of what those changes could be. I personally feel like the developers have an opportunity here to take the things that players really dislike about the equipment system, specifically losing half your legendary materials when you dismantle them, and solving that problem forever, and then essentially having a system that can scale infinitely into the future with the addition of new equipment. Just saying, take this opportunity, right, to just make the equipment system something that players really love, all aspects of it, and not lock everybody into the equipment that we've made. I mean, I don't know. I think I lose, like, at least $30,000 worth of equipment if I have to dismantle my current legendaries in the current state of the system. I don't know exactly how much it is, but like all those talented legendaries is, yo, hey, I'm looking forward to hopefully some new changes to the equipment system that don't punish me for having moved in on the equipment that's already here, right? And I'm sure it'll land in a good place. Wow. One final thing I'll add on is a picture of the Zenith avatar frame. Kind of cool looking. The Lamp Shadow Evening from the 2023 anniversary Zenith of Power. If you enjoyed the vid, do me a favor, throw a like on here and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on news and information drops as soon as they land. And you had better believe I'll be making more videos about the new infantry commander and exactly what you should be doing with him in the coming days. So again, subscribe to the channel, toss a like on here. And if you want to see a highlight reel of some of my coolest moments in the game and some of my coolest video edits, I'll have a card in the end screen for that in just a second. It's all my highlight reels, some of my favorite ones, all smashed together. I hope you check it out.